Dear friends, I am going to explain the heat transfer problem. How can I analyze the heat transfer problem through the finite element method? So, directly I explain the problem, not too much explain about the application because already I think you have studied or you are studying this topics, the heat transfer in current semester. So simply I start from the analysis of the question. This one is the analysis of the one dimensional heat transfer problem in which the bar is shown in the figure. It has divided into number of element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here suppose 5 element and 6 node. There is a heat transfer. Heat Qx is used to denote the heat flux. Heat flux Qx at this end. Suppose this is at 100 degree and this one is at the 50 degrees. So if there is no heat generation inside, then the Qx is coming in this directions, and Qx is constant transfer through these directions. But if there is heat generation and other phenomena occurs inside the bar, then this Qx is deeper and this one is the some uh, at a small length it will be different, that Qx plus it is shown in the element level. So here the Qh denote the heat transfer, heat transfer due to the convection on the lateral surface, not on the cross section. Only it is on the this periphery heat transfer through the convection, and heat transfer coefficient due to convection is considered later. So you know that the heat from this Qx is the heat flux, already I explained it. So this one is the Qx at a small element, consider dx is the length, Qx is heat flux at this end, and this end Qx plus dqx by dx into dx. It heat transfer due to convection, that is the H multiplied by T minus TA. Uh, when you multiply with the area, you will get the total heat transfer on this surface. So this one is the heat transfer per unit area. Now Qx into A plus Q, internal heat source per unit volume. Suppose Q is the internal heat source per unit volume. It should be multiplied with the A into dx, which is shown at the letter. So A dx is missing at this point. You can add Q into A dx is equal to Qx plus dq x by dx into dx into area plus heat transfer due to convection H T minus TA. TA is the temperature of the air, T is the surface temperature, into P is the periphery into ds into dx, plus delta U is the increase in the internal energy. So for a steady state, increase in the internal energy is equal to 0, and from above equations you can write Q A dx is equal to dqx by dx into A dx plus H T minus TA into P dx. So internal heat source, here consider there is no internal heat source for the simplicity. Most of the cases it is 0. So above equation becomes A dqx by dx plus Hp T minus Ta is equal to 0, and this is the governing equations for the one dimensional heat transfer problem. So Qx is equal to, already you know the Qx is equal to minus K dt by dx. Here negative sign denotes, because dt is already negative, so Q minus sign is applied here. So when substitute the value of qx here. So this equation becomes a d by dx k dt by dx minus hp t minus ta is equal to 0. If k is the constant, then it becomes outside of the brackets, and you can write ak d2t by dx square minus hp t minus ta is equal to 0, where the x lie between 0 to L, where k is the heat conductivity coefficient and h is the convection heat transfer coefficient, p is the periphery. So apply the Galerkin approach on these governing equations. You know the Galerkin approach. So integrate 0 to L a k d2t by dx square minus hpt plus hpta into weight functions is considered t dx is equal to 0. Here tx is the weight functions and t varies with the x. So when integrate use the by parts, you will get the a t k dt by dx 0 to L minus dt by dx transpose a k dt by dx dx 0 to L minus 0 to L t transpose hp t dx plus hpta 0 to L 0 to L hpta 0 to L t dx. So this one is the when this one put on one side. So this one is the 0 to L dt by dx a k dt by dx dx and 0 to L t transpose h p t dx is equal to hpta hpta 0 to L t dx minus this boundary conditions in right side. You can write it is a t and k dq by dx is equal to minus qx. So this equations becomes in this form. When now suppose a element of length L, Tn and Tn plus 1 is the temperature at the nth and nth plus 1 nodes. So T is equal to, you can write the T1 minus x by a Tn plus 1. So this one is the shape functions n delta E, n this one is the delta E. This is the as denoted in the displacement is the in the bar problem. So this is the degree of freedom Tn and Tn plus 1. Now dt by dx is equal to minus 1 by a delta E, and this one is the B matrix B delta E. Steepness becomes as similar we analysis as done in the bar problem in the stress analysis. So delta del E T bt a k b dx delta E is equal to del E T 0 to A and bt t a k b plus n. This one is the total this one is the steepness as same as the bar problem in the stress analysis, but here also another term is involved here. So delta E t into 0 to A bt a k b plus nt hp n dx delta E is equal to right side when you can further analysis, you can get this one is the ak by a square 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, and this one is the you write the nt and n and multiply it and integrate, then you get the final values of a delta et a k by a 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 plus hp a by 3 a by 6 a by 6 a by 3 delta E. It is just like a matrix we obtain in the mass matrix. So but here you have to multiply HP in this case. So this gives the stiffness matrix. Here the detail how can multiply and analysis is given uh, at this point. So this is integrated here. You can do ourselves and you can get the this one is the K is the A, K by A 1 minus 1 minus 1 by A, HP A by 6 to 1 1 2. This term is from conduction and this term from the convection. Now when convection heat transfer is considered at the node 2 along its cross section area A, then K is modified as when suppose in this case convection heat transfer is not considered at the side at the cross sectional area, but suppose if you consider the heat transfer at this end convection heat transfer, so you have to take you have to add this one term at K is equal to A by A 1 minus 1 minus 1 by 1 plus HP A by 6 to 1 1 2 plus AH 0 0 0 1. So it is considered at the heat transfer at the cross section at the last node of the bar. This is the similar as this side at the force matrix HP T into T dx. So you can when analysis, so this is the force term delta E HP TA by 2 1 1, and when you solve it, so you can it come in this form delta E T K delta is equal to delta E T F minus delta E T A QX. When this delta Et cancels from all the terms, so it's K into T is equal to F minus AQ. This comes from the boundary condition. So similar is comes in as explained in the chapter 1. Ke delta is equal to, this one is the due to distributed load and plus this is due to the point loading. So this is the similar. You can compare these relations with the relations as discussed in the stress problem in the chapter 1. So this is the we can compare this to this relations. So if you have to solve this type of the problem, so this one is the Q1 and Q2 120 degrees. Suppose T1 is at 100 degree, T4 20 degrees. So you have discretized into 3 element or 4 element. Here it is described in the 3 elements. So there are 4 nodes. You can write K T1 T2 T3 T4 is equal to force multiplied by A QX. Now when you apply the boundary conditions where temperature are given, so transfer some terms in this way in this side. So this becomes like this, and when you use this boundary conditions, so you have to care about this F2 multiplied by this side. You have to take the you have considered this term F2 minus K21 T1 minus K24 T4. T1 and T4 are given. So you can find this term. So in this way you can use the boundary conditions. In J.N. Reddy books some problem are given, so you can see the books of the J.N. Reddy, but no need to see the YouTube J.N. Reddy books. You simply solve the 1 or 2 problems. The Chandrapatlu one problem, it is explained, it is given in the Chandrapatlu. So you can see the questions. A composite wall consists of 3 material as shown in the figure. The outer temperature is T0 is equal to 20 degree. Convection heat transfer takes place on the inner surface of the wall with the T is equal to 800 degrees centigrade, H is equal to 25 watt per meter square. Determine the temperature distribution of the wall. K1, K2, K3 are given, this distance are given. So you can solve yourself here, and here this one is the K1, K2, K3, and at this K matrix, and at this point this is I already discussed that at the node 1 the heat transfer is given, so this term comes in the this is the different from this one, because this term is added. You should try to get it this term and understand this term. After applying the boundary conditions, when you apply the boundary conditions, you can get this way. If this is the penalty approach, so no need to do this to penalty approach. If you know the penalty approach, you can use it, but I simply recommend that you use the elimination approach. So in this case, last T4 is given, so you have to apply the boundary condition, and this terms comes in this at this point, so you have to consider this one, and this one is also comes from the force matrix. When you solve it, this when you will get T1, T2, T3, and this one is the answer. You can solve it by the analytical method and check the authenticity of this finite element method. You can get approximately the same temperatures around these surfaces, but you can check by the analytical method. Already you know it. Okay, thank you for your watching and for your patience.